Oh, Audacity. Cool.
Teacher Appreciation Day? Oh, I should have sent my mom. I'm going to send my mom a card right now.
This episode of Eye Doctor After Hours is sponsored by Bud Light. Not really. I would just like to say it. Drink Bud Light.
Bud Light in a can.
Your mic's backwards.
It's mic neutral.
Oh.
Yep. Happy Teacher's Day.
I assume we're live now, right?
I don't think so. I don't know. I didn't get a notification. If it is.
Actually, I got a notification a bit ago saying we were going live at 7:30.
What? Well, are we recording the audio then at least, Chase? We know that for sure. Okay, today at 7 it said. It should start soon.
Well, hello, podcast listeners. I'm Patrick.
I'm Kyle. We're going to start today's show by listening to...
HQ Trivia.
Yes, we're going to crowdsource it and we're going to win $5,000.
And now this guy's probably talking over us. So.
Yeah, we're going to... Yeah, just soft in the background. Excellent. So we want to hear Scott. Scott is by far the best. What do you think?
I don't really rate the hosts.
You don't? You're not a host rater? That's what everybody's been doing, is rating all the hosts. The blonde chick, everybody was hating on her in the comments.
Because she's blonde.
Well, the people on the podcast can't see that.
Well, I assume the people on the podcast also play HQ Trivia.
How far have you gotten, Patrick?
To the final question that happened last week.
Yes, last week.
And we found out that we should just listen to Chase, and that's advice that I don't like to adhere to, but...
Yes, especially in a
in that
sports
case,
question, yes.
yeah.
Chase, I believe the question was, who did the Americans beat in the 1980 Olympics to win the gold medal in hockey? And everybody thought it was the Russians, and guess what? They beat the Russians. The miracle on ice happened in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Yes. Damn it. And we actually knew the last question, too. I don't remember what it was, but we would have
Yeah,
gotten that
we
one
would
right.
have won if, yeah.
That's crazy. But it makes me wonder, like, it feels like we could get enough people to crowdsource this and get this correct.
Yeah.
I mean, how many... We've went to trivia before. We've done pretty well for ourselves.
Oh, we are live on Facebook now.
Yeah, here we go.
Hey, Facebook.
Good
Hi.
evening.
Hello.
Hey, Chase.
We're playing HQ Trivia,
HQ
and then we're
Trivia.
starting the show.
The prize
so
is
play
only
along with us.
$2,500.
Oh, is that even worth it?
25? Psh, not my time, but we're going to try it anyways. Whatever.
Try it anyway.
Here we go. Hey, in the comments here, we're going to crowdsource this. So share this. Share this. We're going to win $2,500. If we win this, then we'll share it. We'll do like a separate share. Maybe in discounts.
Maybe you'll share it.
Yeah, maybe. All right, Scotty Q. Hey, do you like being called an HQD?
No.
You don't like that? Do you like
Only
his
if Chase calls me that.
Chase, do you like all his HQ puns? I think they're pretty clever myself. And he's always got like history of the day. Today's Teacher's Day. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Which of these is a common kind of apple?
Plaid surprise, obviously.
Let's
Who has
crowdsource this. Come on, like and share this out there. Mark Zuckerberg loves when you say that. All right. That's 1 for 1. Hey, how'd you do on that one? Did you get that one?
I guessed plaid. So.
Oh, no. It wasn't the right one?
No, I eat plaid apples all the time.
Here's the real question. Those 3,866 people that didn't get it right, do you just think they don't speak English? Because that's my theory.
Wait, why did it say eliminated? I actually got the... Okay, that was weird.
I just got the same thing.
You guys got it wrong?
What?
I got it right. It was red fish.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm commenting. No, we got screwed here.
I'm still in it. Okay, I'm still in it. We're going to help.
What? We got the first question wrong. Me and our producer.
By the way, we have that documented that was messed up.
Yes,
Because we saw your screen cap right
Yeah.
there. We have documentable evidence. Okay, let's crowdsource this here. Pitch Perfect technology is better known by what name? Auto-tune. Right? Pitch Dog, Sing Sing.
Totally Sing Sing.
Sing Sing, also my favorite prison.
Sing.
It's my favorite prison. You ever seen Law and Order Rape? Law and Order SVU. It's my pet name for it. It's my favorite show. It's my favorite pet name for it.
No, never.
Dr. Olivia Benson Jr., Esquire, the lawyer. She's constantly in.
What does Esquire mean as a part of a name?
I don't know. I don't think it means anything. It just means you're distinguished. Hey Chase, thank you for joining the conversation up here. Which of these rules? All right, I'm off.
Well, welcome to Eye Doctor After Hours. How about we just roll that lovely intro video we got?
Good evening. Still don't see it.
And it froze too. We are having a great night.
All right, continuing on. So, this week, well, Google had their I/O.
Their I.O.?
Developers Conference.
Their Instagram office?
I've never been. Isn't I/O like earnings and something?
Inept operators?
Maybe. But they debuted some creepy stuff out there today.
Yeah.
Very creepy.
So is the stream's back? Okay, cool. We're good.
Oh yeah, we're on. Go ahead.
So, I think the creepiest thing that they announced was that Google Assistant, you know, that for all Android users, that's your Siri. Google Assistant can now make a phone call for you. So the example they gave was Google Assistant, can you schedule me an appointment for a haircut at blah, 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 such and such time. And Google says, okay, and in the background, it automatically calls the hair salon, and then they show the phone call, and it is creepy. Like, if I was unknowing, I would think that was a person.
Right. The Google has worked on its artificial intelligence, and this latest update is supposed to make it sound more smooth or more poetic and more personable. But they also use that to create, like you said, it's how when you say, hey Google, create a reminder, blah 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 blah, and it does it like it's doing it right now.
Blah 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 blah.
Exactly. It reads it back to you, but then it reads it back to a third person so convincingly that it sounds like a real person. So now this Google Assistant really is your real assistant.
It's even smart enough to pause and wait for the other person to respond. And so it says, I'd like to make an appointment for this time at 12 o'clock. And they say, okay, we don't have something. Let me check and see what else we have. And then the thing goes, okay. Just, oh, that's so weird. And it's just, and then it waits. And then,
you're like, thanks, Google. You're my new wife.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Google people, it's going to happen.
Yeah. I think this is by far one of the things that artificial intelligence, these smart speakers, are all missing, is like the ability to truly like conversate with people or things.
Yeah.
Like right now, you don't really know what it can do and what it can't do. You don't really understand. I mean, the only thing I really use it for is to play music, play TV, and give me like a reminder or a calendar update. But now that you can actually tell it to, like, you know, call Chase and set up an appointment and blah 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 blah, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's useful too.
Does it call from your number? That's what I want to know. So what if call my friend and tell him to fuck off? Would it do that?
Right now it's not great. Like if I say video call Chase Raynock, or watch this. Hey Google, video call Chase Raynock. He's pissed. Check this out. So it says starting a video call with Chase Raynock, and then it's using Hangouts to call him, and nobody uses Hangouts. They have a default called Google Duo, which is video chat, which works awesome. Why wouldn't it do that? Like, it doesn't work right. It technically video calls something, but it doesn't work right. It's never useful. I can't use my lazy phone holder with it. I mean, I can't.
What?
My lazy phone holder.
It's called the Fuck It.
On sale for $15 at all cell phone repair locations in Billings, Montana.
We don't have them at the West location.
At all locations. We'll make sure you get them. Check it out.
All right.
No, but good for video calls. But really, right now, they have a bunch of things, but they don't work well together. They don't work well together at all.
That seems to be the
iMessage is way better.
that still
than
seems to be
Google
the,
Chat.
That seems to be the way of Android. Is just throwing things together. Like half the stuff in Android can just be a beta version of something, and then they'll be like, "Oh, we're taking that away now," or
Right, here's
we're
a
calling it something else, or we're gonna have two versions of the same thing. If you
Yeah,
use
that
Samsung
drives
devices.
me crazy. Yes, that drives me crazy.
Yeah.
They do that with they have so many like different chat and message apps that they're all just spread out. But
So it's interesting to see like where we are now to where Google wants to be. You can obviously see, where they're trying to go, but they need to clean themselves up a little bit.
right,
That may be a bit far-reaching, having the actual assistant make phone calls for you. That doesn't seem like it's something readily available.
yeah, I mean, I don't want it to. I don't know. It gets to the point where if it's gonna preemptively, like, how you search for something on Amazon and then it follows you around the web. Now, like, we're searching for barcode scanners, and now they're showing up on every ad on the computer,
Yeah.
on the bars, because we searched for it once. I'm wondering if this is gonna do the same thing but preemptively and say, like, yeah, Kyle would love to, like, my Google Assistant's gonna talk to Chase's Google Assistant, and they're gonna decide that, yeah, Kyle will meet you at work at noon for a conference call.
And you're out of town.
And all I do is I'm just following a schedule that a robot is making me. Like, I'm consistently waking up, following my Google Calendar, and not having to make any decisions, not having to make any decisions. It's automatically being filled, and I'm doing it at work, and it's making all my appointments, and I'm getting my hair cut on time, and I'm going to the gym on time. I'm doing all this stuff. But the robot is deciding this for me. The robot is.
And if you want the robot to do something for you, it's going to make you ask it nicely.
Yeah. So,
Well, our producer was trying to interject there.
The best assistant is the Black Mirror assistant.
the Black Mirror assistant.
Which one
The
was
one they take out of your head, and then they.
Oh, yeah. The copy of yourself, yeah.
That is going to be the best assistant.
If that's ever possible, it would be the best, yeah.
I still like the way Star Trek's computer is. Like the Star Trek Enterprise computer. Like, yeah, it gets hacked sometimes, but it seems like, for the most part, it's a pretty subservient, helpful computer.
Right. Now we're going to be, oh, please, Google, pretty please, can you do this for me? And then
So-
it'll be like, when I want to.
Something else Google did is they updated Google Assistant to add the pretty please feature.
Is that live right now? Well, no, not on Samsung because they take months to update.
Right. I don't think it's live, but you can add it soon here. I think the rollout comes with Android P, which was also announced.
Peppermint.
Calling
it right now.
Pineapple.
It's always candy.
That's true. Peppermint's not good candy, though. Pepsi. Maybe it's going to be a pop.
Yeah.
Pop.
Android
Okay.
Pop.
So Google added this feature called Pretty Please, and what that does is it makes you say please when you ask Google to do something.
I don't know what's in the background right now, but I really like it.
So you have to be polite to the speaker. Now, I thought to myself, when my daughter was screaming at Google to play a YouTube video, Katy Perry Roar, I thought to myself,
Why is my daughter asking for Katy Perry?
why is she screaming at it? But then I was like, I should scold her and tell her no, she should be polite to it. But then I'm like, I don't want her to be subservient to a robot. I don't want her thinking that. She shouldn't have to say please to a robot. Like, she should prioritize humans and robots.
Well-
Humans, robots.
Well, this kind of
She's not falling in love with this isn't
You
her.
could- you
She's
could
not
almost-
falling in love. This isn't Blade Runner.
You could almost take it back to a
2049. No.
We had a conversation like quite a few episodes ago.
This is episode 98. What are we going to do for 100?
We'll get there.
Centennial.
But we had an episode where we talked about at what point do we need to consider artificial intelligence rights, like when they get to such a level of intelligence that they're thinking. Well, would we still be treating them like screaming at them to do stuff? Like, obviously, we're at such a basic level of artificial intelligence right now. It's more like just machine learning, but
Right. Chase, in one of those tabs it said, did the Google Assistant just pass the Turing test. If you could bring that up.
I just killed a bunch of tabs because we're experiencing high usage.
Okay. No, anyways, yeah, but it goes on right with what he was saying. The Turing test is one of the metaphysical tests that I guess tests the way a mind or a being reacts to self-awareness to decide whether it's actually alive and actually a being. So if this robot can pass this test, then we're saying it's technically, scientifically alive. It's like this. It's like how everybody all of a sudden agreed that Pluto is not a planet anymore because they had to define what a planet was, and it had to have a certain mass and a certain orbital field and it all of a sudden Pluto. Somebody was like, wait a minute, if that's what a planet is, Pluto's not a planet, and everybody's like, damn it, Steve. And then Pluto wasn't a planet anymore. I mean, it's kind of like that.
But with artificial intelligence.
But with artificial intelligence.
So, do you think that it passes that test? Being able to make a phone call and even trick someone into thinking that it is a real person? Being able to listen to a conversation, wait for the proper things to say the proper things.
Is a fruit fly alive?
I have no idea.
Is a gnat alive?
Yes.
I mean, it's biochemically reactive to its environment, and if a quantum computer is bioactively reacting to its environment via electrodes and reacting and giving output that the receiver understands.
I mean, really, what are your own thoughts? They're just electrical signals being passed back and forth and along a circuit that is your brain. That's what it.
Right. The minute they can copy your brain, like sector by sector,
then we're doomed.
Then
we are fucked.
Like, yeah, because then they'll just recreate that mind in a computer, and you're just locked in a computer, locked in a computer, locked in a computer, and locked in a computer. Would you say please to a computer, Chase? Would you be subservient to a computer?
He doesn't say please to anybody.
I know, but he'd have to a computer. He wouldn't. He'd have to.
Please show me more gay porn, computer, please.
No, it would just know it. It would just know. See, it would just know it. It would just pop up on his phone, and he would just know. Every 10 minutes or every 50 minutes, it shows up for 5 minutes, and those are his smoke breaks outside. And it just gets him addicted more and more and more. And all of a sudden, it says, you have an appointment at this hotel room at this certain hour. And then the artificial intelligence grooms him to meeting with more guys and more guys and taking the payments for it. And boom, all of a sudden Chase is a prostitute because the Google Assistant
made him do it.
Through editing his calendars through artificial intelligence.
I wish my mic worked.
Well,
you
could
agreed.
just join us on the table at this point. It doesn't look like our...
He's so busy right now. He's so busy. Next week, actually, I was thinking about this for our 100th show. We were pondering this before, Patrick.
Yeah.
Surprise. About changing the layout of the show.
Uh-oh.
Like, what if we got a futon?
Hey.
What if we got some other desks and everybody had their own computer? What if one of those computer desks was painted chroma key green and was invisible so it looked like monitors floating?
Whoa.
Okay, so he said we had these ideas. He had these ideas, and he was sort of going over it over here, and I was like...
If they're good ideas, they were mine.
Oh,
If they were good ideas, they were mine. Okay.
I don't know if we have that much real estate with this webcam to fit all of this into, one frame.
We're planning on it. So... Oh, the poll. Yes. So not only does Chase not have a mic, but he's also speaking baby talk tonight. So
All I was hearing was gubba goo goo.
See, he didn't want to speak into the mic, but he doesn't have a mic anyway, so I think he could speak at normal speak. So anyways, here's the point. Who would you trust more with your data? The government or Google?
Google.
The government or Apple?
Apple.
Why?
I just don't trust the government with my personal information,
What?
though they already have it.
What is the government?
What do you mean? What?
The deep state.
What is it?
Patrick Kearns, they know.
No, what is the government?
Are
It's just us.
the
It's
government?
just taxpayers.
No, the government is the ruling body of Congress and Senate and the president and then
Which
the
are
state government.
which
of
are all
the-
elected officials except
Right.
for the Supreme Court. So
yeah.
it's just us. It's people.
We are not the government. I'm saying it's
We
just.
the people. Remember them words? We
This is a fundamental difference. No, we are the government.
perfect union.
So what I'm saying is, do you trust
Get to the point here.
all of us with your data? Would you rather your data be accessible by everybody, or only be accessible to the people who are able to pay money to keep their data secure? Because the government is we the people, which is us. So if you're saying you trust we the people, us, more with your data, you're saying you believe the data is safe where everybody has equal amounts of all data. If you believe Apple is safer with your data, you're saying that you trust the people who are only going to allow people who pay for their data and prioritize monetarily their data.
I really don't know how to respond to the question, to be honest with you, because data privacy is not a major concern of mine to begin with.
Mind blown. He doesn't care about data privacy. So I don't know. This to me seems crazy. That
I mean, we already know, like with the whole Cambridge Analytica Facebook thing, like nothing matters anymore. Everything you do is basically available to anybody who pays money. So it's like, why do we even care?
Stop pounding on the table. Yes.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing, who would you trust more? I don't care if the government is keeping copies of the data, and if they have to index it, they can go back later. I guess for national security, it's probably the way they have to do it. But also, I don't think the government
What
should.
was the point of this?
I would rather pay someone to protect my data than allow the government to do it. The government,
Yeah.
The government has shown me that they bungle things in so many ways, whereas a private company as Apple or Google has yet to be hacked. I trust them more with my data than I would.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who I trust.
I mean, did this article actually come to some kind of was there a
What was
conclusion
the-
here,
what
or
was
was
the
it just
conclusion?
trying to ask the?
It was a poll.
Just trying to ask the question.
Yeah, it was a poll,
Okay.
and wanted to see what people thought.
And
Jeez, I don't know. I guess to keep my data safe, Apple's already proven that they're not going to give it up to the government.
Right.
But
Well,
then again, the government would also, I guess, no, the government figured out a way because they.
Here, let's do the quiz here.
Here, let's do the quiz.
So, could one well-protected database be a better approach?
Could one well-protected database be a better
I
approach?
think multiple databases are the better way to do this.
Oh yeah, take the mic. Hey, could one well-protected central database be a better approach? No, this is the Die Hard movie again, where all the data's in one place. This is
Yeah.
stupid. No,
No, absolutely.
definitely not. Not just no, definitely not. Definitely not.
We're just waiting on the producer to answer the question.
To produce. We're waiting on the producer to produce.
He got the mic so he can actually participate in conversation.
Drop the mic.
Boom. Asher's
Hi,
probably been
gentlemen.
knocking on the front door this
No,
whole time.
Asher's disavowed.
So, it does give immediate results. Definitely not.
So we were right because in a democracy,
Right.
the mob is always correct.
Okay.
Like if there are 3 people in a room and we all vote that you're an idiot,
Then I must
Then
be
you're
an
an
idiot.
that's how a democracy works.
Perfect. Here we go. Question 2.
Yay, democracy.
I love
Who
it.
would you trust most to
I like-
store this data? The government, Apple, Amazon, Google, unsure, other.
The government, Apple, Amazon, Google, or unsure/other. I feel like for one, unsure should be different than other.
To be honest,
Because unsure is completely different than other. Other means like I would trust like a.
I want
maybe-
WikiLeaks to protect my data. No. I personally would say Apple because we've seen Apple's stance on that, and they've literally stood against the government when it came to data privacy.
So they have history. Yeah, that's a good
Google
point.
has. I mean, they haven't.
They've never really been forced to.
Right. They haven't an exact moment of this, but when moments of controversy lately, Google is not performing well.
Yeah, well, yeah. Amazon.
YouTube is a perfect example.
Amazon already probably has it anyways, is what's scary to me, because they control so much of the back end of the internet. So, but other to me would be like if you trusted, like, say, eye doctor with data backup. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you technically do that when you bring your computer in or something for a data backup to eye doctor.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm saying, like, that would be other. Unsure to me is like you don't even understand the question or something.
I don't know. Like, a lot of this again feels irrelevant because a lot of like the files I do have that I don't want going anywhere else are just on my computer, on my hard drive, and nowhere else.
So that's other. Unsure. Okay, so we'll go other
Personally
unsure.
saving your data.
Vote. Final answer.
Final answer is
Apple?
No, unsure.
Unsure.
Other.
Apple. Wow.
Apple was the answer?
7%.
What? Oh, because it's the millennial had the answer here. It was because
We always do.
really do.
You're a millennial too. Don't forget that.
Whoa! It was way
Yeah.
86 point. So okay. We should have went with York. Well, no, you know what?
It's not a contest. It's an opinion. We're not first, second, third.
It makes it right. It's democracy, and this is America, and this is Donald Trump's America, and you do not go
Well,
out.
then the popular opinion doesn't matter if it's if that's how we're doing this.
The electoral.
Let's get the electoral opinion. Here we
the
go.
electoral opinion matters. I have 50 electoral votes.
I
Should
have
we
two.
read the comments real quick? See what people
There
think
are
about
no
it?
comments so far.
Join the discussion. Oh, yes, there are.
I don't see anybody.
On that page.
What?
Well, is there any more questions?
No, it was just two.
Just
Hey,
those two.
Who are the 50 people that voted for Google, goddammit? Shareholders.
Shareholders.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's exactly the point.
No, they're intelligent people. They're great comments here. Anyway,
Anywho, so yeah, Google's getting creepy. I will say the one thing I like about the Google thing is that they're getting their smart TVs or displays are going to be better and useful. Although it's annoying that I don't know, audio feedback is never super useful. So having them on displays now and incorporated is going to be nice.
I still want Google Glass, man. I wish that actually became a full retail product because as someone who wears glasses, it would be totally fine with me. And
I thought
just
the
the
same
idea
thing.
of a heads-up display constantly, I love that idea.
I think it would be better on your eyes too, because I was told that contacts are kind of the worst thing for your eyes because you're always touching your eyes, so the chances of infection are higher. So if you had really clear glasses that augmented the reality to sharper image,
and the way that the Google Glass presented that image to your eyes, it was
HD lenses.
quad HD,
Yeah.
laser beams.
What was cool about it is the way it projected the image into your eye
Right.
was that it was always in focus. Like you
Right.
never had to like try to look at it. You could
Right.
always see it. So like that's
Right.
a cool technology. I wish that got more developed.
So if you had a lazy eye, perhaps
well, okay, that.
it would still.
Well,
focus.
if you're blind, would it work for you? That's.
No, it would
LASIK.
work. It would fix it 100%. Google guarantees that it'll fix blindness.
Oh, okay.
Google Glass. I think it's on their.
You heard it
warranty
here
page.
first.
It's on
A
the
Doctor
warranty
After
page.
Hours.
We can Google that.
We can Google that. What is Eye Doctor brought to you by?
Eye Doctor is brought to you by CPR.
CPR, our new store name.
Our new
Explain.
name. We've been a hostile takeover of this company. They just came in. and
80s
they just,
style.
Holy
yeah.
They killed
80s
the owner.
style.
They just took him out and they
Corporate
said, "We're running the
takeover.
show now."
The minute they
Corporate
killed the
takeover.
owner, they did cocaine.
Bow,
all
wow.
over the place.
But no, really, we have
Bow,
partnered.
wow.
We have partnered with this company called Cell Phone
Bow,
Repair. And what this allows us to do, What this allows us to do is to provide excellent service all across the country. The warranties that we provide are now lifetime on screen repairs, limited, of course, but lifetime, and you can redeem that warranty at any CPR location. Great stuff. It's great to be partnered with these guys. And we still do our free Friday deal every Friday with up to 50% off your iPhone or iPad screen repair.
Say what?
And you get a free tempered glass.
Free. Like
Absolutely
as in,
free.
What do you charge for installation?
We put it on for you for free.
That's weird.
Is it?
The other.
Well, we're better.
stores
We're better than the others.
Charge. Okay.
Absolutely.
Also, what if somebody wants to purchase, say their phone is super heavy and their arms are super weak.
Well,
and
you
they
can
have other
purchase.
things to do.
You can purchase the Fuck It, which is what he's wearing around his neck.
Look, I have time to type.
That's not what it's actually called, but that's what I call it.
I can type 180
come to
words per minute
Either CPR
while
location.
Snapchatting
You-
using Google Assistant. Hey, Google Assistant, Snapchat this for me.
Google Assistant is not integrated into Snapchat.
It's a download Snapchat.
Hey Google.
Didn't work.
Hey Google.
Stop. It's answering on my device.
Okay Google. Snap this for me. Yeah, that's it.
Snap on.
Anyway, yeah, so come on down to CPR on either location, the Heights or the West End, on Friday. Get your discounted screen repair and pick up a Fuck It.
Hey,
'Cause fuck
Siri,
it.
text Patrick Kearns and Kyle Nelson.
What do you want to say to the group?
I would like to tell them Samsung sucks. Get an Apple.
Well,
Send.
can Siri Snapchat for you?
Your
Probably
message
not.
to Kyle Nelson and Patrick Kearns says, I would like to tell him Sam sucks, get an apple, send. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This
I'll
is
send you
going
a
down.
message.
We're having an AI war. Okay, Google.
You have to use Bixby.
Thank you, Siri.
Okay, Google.
You have to use Bixby. You have to use
Text-
Bixby. He's a Samsung. I get to use Google. I
Text-
have the Pixel. No. He
Chase
has to
right
use
now.
Samsung.
Now, listen, get Bixby going.
You're the
He's a
Samsung
fucking
official.
cunt.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Hey,
See,
hey Google.
see,
Text-
see, they're equal. No, and I'm not using Bixby. Bixby is a piece of shit.
That's
So-
not Bixby's fault. That's not Bixby's fault. Don't make Bixby feel bad.
You
Just bec-
apologize.
yeah,
Hey,
just
remember
because
Pretty
Big-
Please,
just-
apologize now.
You know what? Google's not going to set your next calendar appointment. All your appointments just got set back by 15 minutes.
God.
Good for you.
Actually, I have Bixby disabled on my phone, so Bixby cannot actually do
Disabled?
anything.
You mean handicapped?
No, disabled.
Hey, Google and Bixby are homies. When you shut one off, it pisses off.
That's true.
Oh God.
That's true. They're friends. They may not be equals, but they're friends.
Google has been hacking into my internet, and they've just been raising the latency, so I can't play Overwatch anymore. That's how they're getting back at me.
Well, what do you play? Where else can you talk about Overwatch and listen about Overwatch things?
Probably on Geeks of Azeroth, the
What's
weekly,
Geeks of Azeroth?
weekly Blizzard gaming podcast.
Oh,
We just hit episode 169. It's a great number. I think that's what it was. Maybe it was
because two people are 69 and you're the guy. You're the one that's standing in the closet watching them.
Yeah, that's my favorite event.
Yep.
So yeah, check us out every Sunday morning live at 11 o'clock on twitch.tv/Geeks of Azeroth.
Is Sleepy Gary there?
Sleepy Gary's always there.
You
Kyle's
get-
been showing up in the comments last couple of weeks. It's been pretty entertaining.
Welcome to the party, pal. All right, getting back to it. Nerd alert. The Marvel phenomenon has come to a climax, I would say.
You think they're done after this?
I think it's the most excited people are going to be for a while because we have to wait
But
until.
isn't there part 2 next year?
But how are they going to market it? You've seen the movie?
I haven't seen.
You haven't seen this movie yet?
No.
Oh, I was going to do a
Oh,
spoiler alert.
totally talk about it. I don't care about Marvel anymore.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so
Here we go.
here we go.
Fuck Patrick. I like this.
So the movie is the climax of the last 10 years. The Marvel Universe started in 2008. when Jon Favreau directed the Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr., and they basically created the Marvel Universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Interesting they started with Iron Man.
And it was a huge gamble, and they wanted to use magic in the first one, but then they said, no, that's too weird. They wanted to see how people would handle, so that's why they went with the Ironmonger. That's why they went with that bad guy. They didn't use one of his other bad guys. But they also played it up like it was like future technology, but it could really happen, kind of. Like, maybe a guy could be this smart, but he's such an asshole that he doesn't give it to anybody else.
They started off with a realistic tone-ish.
Right. And they gave him a realistic reason. He's selfish, or he has to basically come up with the arc reactor himself. You get into this character. He's awesome. Then what do they come out with later? Thor. Everybody was like, Thor's going to be dumb. Thor's awesome. Chris Hemsworth was awesome. And the franchise started. They had some bumps in the road with the Hulk movie.
Yeah.
Because they started with Edward Norton.
That was actually the second one that came out. It was Iron Man 1, then Hulk. But they were like wanted Hulk to be a part of the cinematic universe, but they just didn't really tie it in at all, except for the after credits scene.
What?
Check the last update. Guess who's back?
Huh?
Oh, HQ Trivia's back?
Yes, they know they messed up.
Uh-oh. HQ Trivia's back? We should go
Yes.
live right now. I want to see if
Well, we are live right now.
No, I mean, I want him to put this up here. I want to go with the HQ Trivia. We'll keep talking about this, but so Avengers
Just mute the audio for it, I guess.
climaxes the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. So the Marvel Universe is split. There's been Steve Rogers isn't talking to Iron Man. One thinks they should have to register with the government. One thinks they should be able to be free and keep their privacy. It's kind of an allegory for what's going on in the world today. All this stuff. But this movie is just banana sandwich. Thanos is the Mad Titan. He is the size of the Hulk, and in the beginning of the movie, he gets in a fight with the Hulk, and it turns into like a boxing match, and he rope-a-dopes him and just proves that he can just pound for pound out-punch him, and that sets the tone for the whole movie. He's already beaten Thor. He's already beaten the Hulk.
Wait, he beats Thor too in the beginning?
Yeah, he starts off by destroying Thor's ship and everybody. And he's holding Thor.
All Asgardians, or half the Asgardians that got away from the planet after it was destroyed, were killed.
Asgard was destroyed?
Oh, you're... All right, so we can't go through the whole thing with him.
Right. Okay, so
Last one, I haven't seen Guardians.
do you know anything
after
about,
Guardians
Do you know
2,
anything
I
about
haven't seen.
Norse culture?
Yeah.
The very
So
end-
Ragnarok is when the world is destroyed, right?
That's
Or
when Asgard's destroyed.
So that's what-
Ragnarok actually happens. It turns out not to be Thor's fault, but his destiny to save the Asgardians. Anyways, they leave in a ship, and you think all is good. Thanos shows up, kills all of them, beats Thor. Thor doesn't have his hammer.
Hey, quick thought. That's all foreshadowing. He kills half the Asgardians at the beginning of the movie. At the end of it,
Oh, yeah.
he kills half of fucking
Yep.
universe.
Right? And so...
Like that, snap a finger. Everyone, half the universe is dead.
So that's what Thanos wants. His plan is
Spider-Man's dead.
he wants to kill.
All of the Guardians are dead. Yeah, you want spoilers?
No,
We're
Raccoon.
not about spoilers. Look at him now. Now he's interested.
Raccoon's alive.
The only Guardian that lives is Raccoon. You want some more spoilers?
Stephen Strange dies.
Yes.
Stephen Strange dies.
What? No!
You need to get caught up.
Whoa!
Spider-Man dies
No!
in Tony's
In
arms.
Iron Man's arms, and he sits there and says, Tony, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disappoint you.
What?
I'm a little 16-year-old kid.
He says,
And
"Sorry,
then I
Mr.
murdered
Stark.
you."
Sorry, Mr. Stark."
How did they kill Peter Parker?
40 seconds. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. You need to get caught up.
Okay,
Gamora-
I don't want to
And
hear.
we're stopping. We're
Yeah,
stopping.
what?
We're 30 seconds away. It's on the screen.
Huh?
Did we just pique your interest to watch these movies?
They kill all the Guardians? Oh, okay, yeah,
The one you
yeah.
can avoid, Black Panther. No
Not
worry
relevant.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
You guys too. That doesn't matter though.
Sorry for banging on the table, podcast listeners. I know that's really annoying.
Yeah, it's.
5.
Put it
Okay,
this
we're gonna
way,
play
the
HQ
movie
again.
is awesome.
Turn up the
You
volume
don't think?
on, turn up the volume on your thing because he's going to apologize right away. I'm sure of it.
He's gonna apologize.
He is. I guarantee. The only reason they do a show 40 minutes after the first one is for them them to say we fucked up. We apologize.
You fucked up. You fucked up.
Turn it up.
Turn.
Oh, I got it.
You knew it. No way.
Wow, that has much better speakers than my phone. This is as loud as mine goes.
The Pixel is excellent. It makes by the way, the Razor's available at Best Buy, and I really might want to go buy it. That
V2 is gonna come out though.
I know. That's the point. But if it's as awesome as I just want to look at it. I want to finally see a 120 hertz screen.
I do too.
I think the Infinity display, personally, that Infinity display looks better.
Hey,
than
he's
that.
frazzled right now. Watch him. Look at him. He was ready to go to
He
bed.
hasn't practiced it.
Yeah. Look at his hair. He's all roughed up. He was back in his dressing room, feet kicked up.
He had to make this all up on the spot.
He's still a pretty good talker. He's just frazzled. He was in the dressing room.
1.1 million.
It's a ton more than the first one.
What?
It was a ton more than the first one.
Our prize this week is mixed up every game. Yeah, we're mixing it up with the prize of the week. You don't know what you're going to get. You want to find out what you're getting tonight?
Yep, a million.
2,500 Dark Stars,
That's what it was earlier.
What's a dark star?
It's a star that isn't bright, but it's actually dark.
Is that where you could get?
Currency on, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Can you get a Stormbreaker, the historical weapon of Thor, from a dark star? I don't know.
Go
Maybe.
look and
Here we
find
go,
out.
boys.
Here we go. Let's do this. Let's do this. We're
do
gonna
this
win.
right. First question. Who's the ugly guy?
Patrick.
1 million plus of you live around the world. Let's get this show on the road.
All 6,000.
I'm your H cutie.
Kind of apple. Red Delicious, Golden Retriever, or
Oh, it's the same
The
question.
same
Is it?
question?
Surprise, surprise. We did go through a few questions last game, so you might see some of these before. How good's your memory?
Shit. These are all. We should have went through as many. We shouldn't have turned it off.
Golden Retrievers.
I wonder how far they went.
Hey, look at it. Oh, I got eliminated
I got
again.
eliminated again.
What?
Situation because 271,000 getting it right. That's not right. I know there were way more of you get over 1 million.
I got it right.
Except for half.
That's crap. Okay, keep it up because I want to help Patrick.
Look at him. He's frazzled.
We're like pretty deep into this HQ thing. This hasn't happened in a while. Don't sweat it. We're gonna keep it going. I think there's a glitch. I think we had to cut it because there are way more people.
It happens to professionals. Look, it's not just us, Patrick.
For pizza eater, party exporter.
Oh, you're killing me.
We'll see what the results look like here.
He got it right.
Tells me there are
He knows. He knows it's screwed up.
got out accidentally there. So
Oh
Look
my
at him.
Atlantic.
Hey, I love this guy. He's good.
He's doing a good job.
Yeah.
we start these easy. And
Now, if it was the blonde chick, she'd just be all over the place.
If he had a lazy
She'd be
phone
crying
holder,
by now.
do you think you could use a lazy phone holder?
so sorry. I do apologize.
Why is that funny? It's
What?
a great product. Don't laugh at it.
Oh, I'm just laughing at this guy.
Look at the bags. So he's got his makeup off. Look at the bags under his eyes.
Oh crap! His makeup's falling off. Did that?
Wow, they just ended it after questions.
He knows because didn't you? He was saying that only 260,000 people ended up moving on to the next round, so it's still glitching.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, what else do we have for tonight? So,
No, that's a perfect. That's a
I think
perfect
so.
spot to end. Yeah, glitchy
What
ends
about,
on a glitch.
What about the flying Uber? Come on, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That's a pretty good
Let's
one.
cover that.
Okay,
Uber's making a flying car.
would you take an Uber that could fly?
If it was regulated and tested and it was working fine, yes. I won't want to be the first customer to take the flying Uber car, but in a reality where this is a thing,
Chase, does
hell
this
yeah.
make us Back to the Future? Does this comply with Back to the Future's standards of having flying cars?
First of all, let me disagree with him. I'd want to be one of the first ones because you're going to get it free, and the likelihood of it's actually crashing, you're not going to go a ton up in the air. The likelihood of a crash, you're going to be okay.
Risk reward.
Yeah, risk reward. I'm gonna be fucking, call me Lindbergh, first man to fly over the Atlantic. I want to be the first.
I doubt
man
you'll have
out.
transatlantic Ubers. I expect this to still be.
I
Within,
don't care if I'm hopping 2 blocks.
Yeah, that's what I expect it to be, especially for major populated areas like New York City.
I think this will be
stuff like
way
that.
more
Los
popular
Angeles.
in rural areas.
All I can think of
can
is,
you imagine every
element.
farmer having this in Montana? Like, you did have enough clearance to take off and go to the
Oh,
next,
gotta go into Billings. Gotta get to Costco.
right? And you just all we do is rent out landing pad areas, buy some land now, buy land now for landing
And
pads,
buy stock in Uber.
buy stock in landing pads.
Landing pads are us.
Yes, big L's.
What do you guys think? Who listen or watch the show? What do you think? Would you take the flying Uber? I certainly would. I like the idea of it.
By 2023.
By 2023, 5 years.
And so you picture what this looks like. It
Nah.
actually is drone, like a drone. It's got the 4 blades, like your.
I don't like that it sounds like a swarm of bees. Freaks
You're
me out.
just, especially in a major populated city, if these become popular, you'll just walk outside and that's all you hear. Just
It'd be horrible. It'll be just the sound of cutting air through all the city. Like you're standing right next to a fan or a gnat's in your ear or a mosquito. Like it like
Always looking at the downside of futuristic technology.
This is the concept. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They're going to refine things, tighten them up. It's not going to have all the propellers. It's going
It's
to be
still
a-
a
And then it'll
propeller.
get- it'll
It's
get
still-
banned
It's,
when-
what it's going to be is a super light polycarbonate drone. You're going to be able to pick the thing up with your hands, but it's going to be like stronger than steel. Is what it's
Stop.
going to be.
Stop it. What I envision is Fifth Element. At the beginning of Fifth Element,
Right.
Star Wars,
No, that's
all
that's
the major
that's
cities.
but that's
what I
levitation.
envision.
Yeah.
That's levitation. That's not what this is.
No.
This is propellers.
This is the
We're
first generation
way
of
far
that.
away. We're not even. They're completely different things.
It's flying at a certain level and going a certain way. That's the basic
It's
of
still
it.
gonna-
Yes, but it is still a quadcopter technology. That's the. It's very.
That's what I mean. It's still
rudimentary.
gonna
So
sell. It's
not
still. Gonna,
stacked as high.
but it's still going to sound like a swarm of bees. It's still. It's still a
Especially if
fan.
there's a ton of them, and then when it kills people, which it will inevitably do, there's no way someone doesn't die in a crash with this thing. There's no way.
Hey, when you can stop people from killing themselves behind wheels,
I disagree. I think these things are going to be like so. I think the polycarbonate and that carbonite and all that stuff that they're making materials out of now, they're going to make them. It'll be a giant like soft pillow on the inside.
Well, what if a flock of geese run into one of the propellers? It'd be that one.
What if that
movie
happens
all over again.
anyways? I don't know. These things will probably be hooked up to 1 billion sensors.
let me ask you this way, Patrick: how many
Riddle me
deaths are attributed to autonomous
Oh,
driving?
this is an HQ question.
I'm totally with you on that argument, but how it seems this technology develops, the second one person dies to it, everyone's like, "Oh, we got to stop this. We got to stop this."
Which is ridiculous.
I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
like with the
who
autonomous
should-
car, when someone
who
ran
should we
into that
donate?
impact, now everyone's like, we shouldn't do autonomous cars anymore.
But yet that same day, thousands around
Right.
the world were
Exactly.
killed by other
Yeah.
people in cars.
100% with you on that.
I think we should outlaw driving, just like in iRobot.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Let's go into this.
And you have to say
humans
pretty
have-
please to your car for it to start going.
Humans have no right to drive. They're
Then you gotta
accident
kiss it
prone.
on the steering wheel.
You thought it'd suck to get a DUI and have to blow into it to get it to start. That all of a sudden those blow-in ignition starts are mandatory in every car. And artificial
didn't
intelligence.
feel the
car
tongue on
moans
that
and
one.
groans at you when
Artificial
you're doing
intelligence
it.
gives you a little bit more feedback than you want, and
Yeah, I didn't feel the tongue on that one. Please retry.
You have to blow and you have to stick your
please
fingers
give
into
a,
this
a
the
tongue
ignition
imprint.
wall.
Please imprint tongue. Please give saliva.
All right, thank you everybody for watching and for listening to Eye Doctor After
Check us out on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher,
YouTube.
Facebook. and coming soon Twitch.